And we are live. Hopefully, anyway. It's only been about 3 months. Hopefully, I still know how to do this. Hopefully, it still runs pretty smoothly. I think last time I tried, it didn't really go all that smoothly. So that's why it's been 3 months since I've been live. But hey, I'm live. We're back. And we're going to go over some football if it works. So, give me a second here to make sure it's actually working. I think we're okay so far right now. I think we're good. But yeah, no, so yeah, this freaking 2024 free agency period, how y'all feeling about that? Wild, huh? It's been a trip. I uh I didn't expect half the moves that were made to be made, you know what I mean? Half the freaking moves shocked me. Half the moves I really like. I don't know if there's a move that I hate. Well, anything the Raiders did was kind of bad because I mean, the Raiders did a lot of good. And now they're going to be a problem for the Broncos next year. Sorry if you hear the background noise. I'm kind of still trying to set up here. But yeah, I'm probably just going to go over like all teams. I've done a lot of videos already on a bunch of free agency stuff, so I'll try not to repeat myself in this live stream, but I just wanted to talk about a lot of stuff that I didn't talk about in my shorts and video that I made. So I just kind of want to, just shoot the crap, talk this. If anybody wants to talk anything about signings you thought was crazy or anything, I'm down to talk about anything. It's just I'm probably gonna be here for about an hour or two, then I gotta go out of town. But anyway, alright. We'll probably go ahead and start with the quarterbacks though. There's a lot that went on with the quarterbacks this off season, man. Of course you got that big fish Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons. That's great. It's been talked about to death. Half the free agency's been talked about to death, you know. So I want to talk about the stuff that hasn't been talked about, you know, like Jacoby Brissett back to the Patriots. That's kind of nice. Gardner Minshew with the Raiders. Like I said, the Raiders did a lot of good stuff. I don't like doing a lot of the, like I don't like that the Raiders are doing a lot of good. Gardner Minshew's their best quarterback. Tyler Huntley on the Browns. He's probably their best quarterback right now, like ethically. Josh Dobbs with the 49ers. I don't think he's going to outperform Brock or anything, but he had a nice hype for a little bit with the Vikings, and he fell off pretty fast. Fine Browns, I guess. Mason Rudolph with the Titans. Everybody wanted him to stay with the Steelers, but the Steelers definitely upgraded, getting Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Like, I like Russell Wilson. Of course, I'm a Broncos fan. I went through the freaking ride and roller coaster that was Russell Wilson in Denver. But I guess I am happy for him in on the Steelers. I hope he does well. It sucks the Broncos are paying him to play there. As you can see, the Steelers 1 million for Russ to be the starter. But hey, man, if Justin beats him, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm rooting for him, but I'm not gonna be surprised if he loses it. And another thing, I'm not gonna be surprised is if Ryan Tannehill is a Bronco next year. Oh man, that won't surprise me at all. That sounds like that might be the emergency quarterback if everything fails. Breaking news: Broncos just signed Ryan freaking Tannehill. That would be wild. But yeah, Drew Lock, former Bronco on the Giants. If Danny Dimes can stay healthy, they'll probably stick with Daniel Jones all year. I don't see him moving on from Daniel. They paid him. They're gonna stick with him until they can't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't see Drew Lock starting for the Giants at all. Sam Darnold for the Vikings. That's a little weird. I think that's a little odd to me. He's definitely just gonna be like the guy until they could put in the rookie that they get or something. You know what I mean? Tyrod Taylor, I saw a thing that said the Jets finally have a competent backup now. I think that's funny. They don't even see Zach Wilson as a backup. That makes me really curious on where Zach Wilson will end up. Is he going to stay as the third string? Or is he already gone? I don't think Zach Wilson got traded. Hold on, let me look this up. Zach Wilson trade. I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson's still a Jet. Yeah. Yeah, he's not traded. That's funny. But yeah, no, Tyrod Taylor, I think he's pretty competent, so I would take him over Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is younger, he probably does have a higher upside. But I don't know. I think I might be out on the Zach Wilson experiment. So He was put in an unfortunate circumstance. It's not 100% his fault, but man, it is unfortunate. Let's see, what other QBs are there? I think this pretty much lists all of them. Baker Mayfield got the bag. Well deserved. Who else were the Buccaneers going to get? No one. Josh Johnson going everywhere. He's been everywhere, man. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all the quarterbacks. I can't really think of anybody else either. Are any of these guys going to beat Patrick Mahomes? Hopefully. That's all that matters. Gardner Minshew, he's probably going to have a lot on his shoulders for those 2 games. I'm rooting hard for Gardner Minshew. Russell Wilson, if the Pittsburgh Steelers get back into the playoffs, because they usually have a winning record, Russell Wilson, he knows how to beat the Steelers. He's done it before. Or not the Steelers, the Chiefs. So Russell could beat Patrick. The Steelers have a chance, dude. The Steelers have a chance. Unless old Russ shows up. The old Russ that we know from Denver shows up. Then they might not have a chance. I mean, he wasn't that bad. But he was kind of bad. But alright, I'm going to move on to the running backs. I can't think anymore about quarterbacks. Hopefully I didn't miss any guys. If y'all think of any quarterbacks, let me know. What's Jimmy Clausen doing? Where's Jimmy Clausen at? No, I'm kidding. I don't know about Jimmy Clausen. And alright, anyway. Saquon Barkley with the Eagles. That's probably the big fish of the running backs, of course. He's at the top of the list, going to the freaking Eagles over the Giants. That's a way better spot for him. We all know that. There's been a lot of rivalry signings. That's a huge thing this year. But I don't know. If he can stay healthy, that's going to be a crazy running backfield. Or backfield. But not as crazy as Derrick Henry to the Ravens. Like, I know all these signings have probably been talked about to death right now. But Derrick Henry on the Ravens has got to be my favorite move. Just because if only it happened like a year or 2 earlier, man. Like, I think Derrick still's got a lot in him. Don't get me wrong. But could you imagine Derrick Henry in his prime with Lamar Jackson in his prime? Oh, that'd be beautiful. That'd be absolutely beautiful. Next year should be great. But man, that'd be great. But Saquon Barkley in his prime too, with Jalen Hurts on that Eagles offense, I think is also another beautiful story. And then you got freaking Josh Jacobs on the Packers. I'm glad to see him off the Raiders, torching the Broncos every chance he got. So that's good. He's gone. Devin Singletary on the Giants replacing Saquon. I like Devin on the Texans. I didn't really think the Texans were going to change their running back game. Like, Dameon Pierce didn't really show up too much. But getting rid of Devin Singletary, I kind of didn't really expect that. I did not expect that. And then to the Giants, to replace Saquon, who would have thought that? He has a lot of shoes to fill. He has big shoes to fill, I mean. But yeah. And then freaking Tony Pollard, we thought he had big shoes to fill this year. And we thought he was going to come in and fill in for Zeke. He didn't. He wasn't able to do that, so who knows if Devin's going to be able to. Is Devin better than Tony? I don't know. You tell me. I feel like that's kind of... I don't know. Tony Pollard didn't live up to expectations, but he was still 1,000 yards back. What'd Devin get? Hang on, hold on. Yeah, see, so, I mean, Devin Singletary gets 898 yards, 4 touchdowns on 216 carries. That's pretty good. That's not like amazing, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not anything you'd want from your number 1 back. But he wasn't, I guess, like, I don't know, he didn't seem like the number 1 guy with Dameon. He has a lot of catches. You can't get the receptions. 30 receptions, that's pretty decent for a back. And then Tony Pollard. I think Tony Pollard he's a little bit better. A lot of people, I think, like the Devin Singletary signing more than the Tony Pollard signing. But I kind of like that Tony Pollard signing. I think it's a little underrated. Tony Pollard had 252 carries for 1,005 yards with 6 touchdowns and 55 catches. I think he could do a lot for that Tennessee Titans offense. If them Titans could do like more for that offense, maybe just like 1 more receiver, something. I think he could do a lot. I think he could be a pretty underrated guy. And I see a lot of crap talked about Tony. And then the freaking Titans also have a good backup. Spears. They have that. That's a good one too. Hopefully it doesn't really limit Spears, but you know, it's a pretty good one too in my eyes. One thing I thought was weird was Gus Edwards. I like Gus Edwards. He's a pretty freaking like he's a pretty like beast. He's a pretty big beast, I was gonna say. But him going to the Chargers, I thought was a little weird. I liked him on the Ravens. Like him replacing Austin Eckler. Oh, all right, sorry, I dropped something. But him replacing Austin Eckler is just it's just weird. I'm like mixing up their names. I'm putting Gus Edward and Austin Eckler name together. Hold on, let me look at their stats. I should have had all this stuff, loaded up real quick, but it's early. I wasn't ready. See, Gus Edwards had his best year last year, but so did the Ravens pretty much as a whole. They had a really great year, but so it makes sense. But I don't know. He only had 810 yards, but before that, 433 yards, 720, 711, 718. So he's a good for probably like 700 yards a year. 750. We'll give him 750 yards a year. I'm not really hyped on that. I'm not really hyped on Gus Edwards. For him to replace Austin Eckler, man, I don't feel good about that for the Chargers. That doesn't make me hype. I don't know what the Chargers are doing. They were in a pretty good spot, I felt like, because they had a lot of talent and they felt like they were ready to go, and they didn't do anything with it. And they got rid of a lot of people. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen's on the Bears. They replaced Austin Eckler with Gus Edwards. That's like your three main Chargers that like I grew up with knowing. Like, oh damn, those are the three Chargers. But yeah, they're gone. It's weird. And I just don't know I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know how that's gonna work out. That's all I'm saying with that. I like both guys. I think Gus is a beast, but I'd rather him stay on the Ravens. Because I think he's not gonna do as well with the Chargers. DeAndre Swift on the Bears, I think, will be okay. If they could just make sure their line is better. They have been doing like good to get pieces for their line, but they just gotta make sure it performs. Keep DeAndre on his feet. Because I've watched DeAndre Swift play a lot, because I watched a few Eagles games, and man, DeAndre Swift is really fun to watch when he gets going, man. He's a fast runner, and he's just a good dude, it feels like. So good on the Bears. They seem to be doing something right. One person I do really feel bad for is J.K. Dobbins, dude. This dude should be on a roster. If he didn't tear his ACL in back-to-back seasons, he'd be on a roster. No doubt. No freaking doubt. One thing I gotta do real quick intermission. Not really an intermission, but stay hydrated out there, folks. I just need to take a sip of water. Actually, not water, Kool-Aid. But stay hydrated. Alright. Also, thing that just happened 11 hours ago that I want to say actually right now. L'Jarius Sneed just got traded to the Titans. So, that's kind of cool. Like I said, Tony Pollard on that offense and then L'Jarius Sneed on that defense, they're actually pretty decent. They're doing pretty decent. So, that happened 11 hours ago while I think I was sleeping. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. There we go. Alright, hold on. I had to click on a link real quick on my phone. Alright, where were we though? A.J. Dillon was a guy who we all thought was going to get released. At least Packers fans did. And then freaking Aaron Jones got released. The old switcheroo happened. So that's kind of funny. I think A.J. Dillon got more hype than he did performed. You know what I mean? He didn't perform up to the hype is what I meant. But I don't know. I still like him. I still like A.J. Dillon. Was he the quad father? Is that what he's called or something? He's pretty good. So, I think him and Josh Jacobs will actually be a pretty good one, too. Aaron Jones was really good, so he should have, did better with Aaron Jones, you would say. But, I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty good one, too. I think that's nice. Deontay Foreman to the Browns could be nice if, Nick Chubb's not ready to go. Deontay Foreman, he's had a few good runs, but he's not, your guy you want starting long term, I feel like. You want Nick Chubb there. I don't think I'd want Deontay Foreman starting for me. I like Zach Moss. Zach Moss is a good signing. To replace Joe Mixon, I'm not sure. Joe Mixon with Texans, I like that signing a lot. But Zach Moss, he's pretty good. Hang on. Hold on. Let me look at the Zach Moss stats real quick. I don't even know if I'm seeing. Hold on. I know Joe Mixon's pretty solid. I just like looking at stats. Antonio Gibson on the Patriots, I think was a nice deal, but 3 years I think that's pretty good. I had Antonio Gibson 1 year in fantasy because I had no running backs, and he actually was okay. He was getting me points, but he has a fumbling issue, so he'll drop the ball for you a couple times probably. But him and Zeke, if the Patriots keep Ezekiel Elliott, I don't know, that could be a good one too. I like Antonio Gibson, so I'm rooting for him. Definitely rooting for him. Oh, Zach Moss. Zach Moss is coming off his best year. So hopefully he could build off that. He was only in 14 games, but he's definitely coming off his best year. I like that. I like to see that for Zach Moss. So definitely probably is a pretty good backup. I mean, I'm not backup. Pretty good replacement to Joe Mixon. Because Joe Mixon is a little older, Zach Moss is a little younger. Coming off his best year. Joe Mixon's been slowing down a little bit. I like it. I like it. I like it. I could get behind it. I think I was doubting it at first, but thinking about it, I like it. Anyway, Clyde Edwards-Helaire did not work out for the Chiefs. I don't know if he'll even get signed. I don't even remember him getting used all that much. They immediately went to Isaiah Pacheco. Uh, and Clyde he didn't really get tossed aside. I was gonna say, and Clyde got tossed aside just because it rhymed, but he didn't really get tossed aside. But he just didn't get used as much as I thought he would. Isaiah Pacheco just balled out, and they didn't need Clyde. Who knows? Who knows where Clyde will go? Maybe he'll just be a backup, third string, practice squad guy. I don't know. DJ Dallas. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know who DJ Dallas is. Let me see who DJ Dallas is. I think I'm dumb. Hang on. Oh, that's why I don't know him. He's been on the Seahawks. So, huh. That's not too bad. He's been on the Seahawks for 4 years. He's had 468 yards gained, 4 touchdowns out of 112 attempts. Okay, that's probably why I don't know him. Hey man, if you get the bag and you freaking ball out and do that, you're gonna get 8 million in 3 years. Hell yeah, DJ. Hell yeah. I like the signing. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know who the Cardinals running back is right now. Anyway, I don't know why I'm blanking out on that. Hold on. I want to say David Johnson, but he got traded to the Texans. Hold on, hold on. Who's the running back for the Cardinals? Hold on. James freaking Conner, man. And Michael Carter. Why couldn't I think of those guys? I still see James Conner as a Steeler or something, dude. I don't know. I don't know what the heck. But yeah, no. This is a heck of a running back position group because I like all these guys. I'm excited for each of them to be on their new team. Except, I guess, Dante Foreman, I don't know if he'll even play that much. Antonio Gibson, hopefully he doesn't drop the ball. Gus Edwards, hopefully he's good, but I don't know how the Chargers are going to be next year. They might be the bottom of the division. Devin Singletary, big shoes to fill. I like DeAndre Swift. Bro, if J.K. Dobbins gets healthy and is able to freaking go to a team mid-season and just ball out, that'd be so cool to see. Also, yo, what's up, King LJ? What is up? I am freaking good, man. I'm really good. How are you? I appreciate the like. Thank you so much. I'm gonna add you as a moderator, my guy. You are definitely a mod. Definitely a mod. Sorry, it took me a second to see your message. I was on a ramble right there. Just talking and talking and talking. But no, King, what's up? Hope you're good. Hope everything's good, my guy. Definitely cool dude. Anybody who likes gaming, check out my guy King LJ. He's a freaking G. Check him out. But anyway, running backs, I'm excited for. Let's move on to receiver. I've rambled on about them backs for a little bit. Alright. So there's a lot of receiver movement. Holy crap. I think I talked about a good amount of these guys already, but it's okay. Like the big fish of this one, Calvin Ridley getting the bag with the Titans. the Titans are trying to help out Will Levis, or if they get another quarterback, they are trying to help him out. So that's good to see. That is really good to see. Because the Titans didn't have receivers for like the longest time. Let me see. Hold on. They needed somebody in there. Who'd they draft that didn't work out? They traded A.J. Brown. Traylon Burks. They traded A.J. Brown and freaking drafted Traylon Burks. Has not really worked out at all. Tajay Spears. Hopefully he's good. Like, I mean, he is good. I mean, I meant to say hopefully Tony Pollard is good. Ah, dude, talking on live is hard. I don't know how you do it, King. I don't know how King and Saguni be speaking live with, like, clearly, man. I'd be screwed up. Anyway, DeAndre Hopkins, I do like. Calvin Ridley, I do like. But Traylon Burks, I think I'm out on the Traylon Burks show for the Titans. They need to get another receiver. Kyle Phillips is decent. I don't know. They may have overpaid for him, but if he balls out, what is money, huh? Doesn't matter. And Mike Evans, I like that signing a lot with the Buccaneers. They needed to keep him around. They're another team that really wouldn't have had much receivers. And Michael Pittman. If the Colts didn't keep Michael Pittman around, they would have had no receivers. So, both these guys definitely needed to be kept around by their teams, or else they would have been kind of screwed. Or they would have just got someone in the draft, I guess. They probably will still get someone in the draft. There's a lot of wide receiver talent in the draft, so, you know, it's good. It's really good to see people get paid. I may be rambling a little bit right there. I forgot what I was saying. Get back on track with this, though. One move that I don't like is that Marquise Brown went to the Kansas City Chiefs. It is only a 1-year deal, but Marquise, dude, I feel like he's an underrated guy. He is definitely an underrated guy. If he goes out there and balls out and just catches like the game-winning touchdown against the Broncos, I'm going to be so sad. You know, he had his best year with the Ravens, didn't really live up to expectations with the Cardinals, but I think he's in the perfect spot to just make some teams look stupid. Darnell Mooney, I don't know about Darnell Mooney. I don't know how I feel about the Darnell Mooney move. He is playing on the opposite side of Drake London, so he doesn't have to like worry about the best cornerback. You know what I mean? So that's okay. He could do okay. He could do okay. Let me look up his stats real quick. Give me a second. Well, let me see. Let me see where we're rolling with Darnell. Yeah, you know what, Darnell? I roll with Darnell. Freaking, he just needs to get a little bit more targets. I think he had a 1,000-yard season, so I like that. I like that. Gabe Davis on the Jaguars, I think, is a little weird. I like it, but I don't know. Jaguars need, I think, a little more. I like Christian Kirk and Gabe Davis. Who do they have? They lost Calvin Ridley. They'll probably draft a guy. But the Jaguars as a whole just really need to prove that they're a contender this year. They got to prove that they're, like, scary. Because I don't believe in the Jaguars at all. The moves they made don't, like, mean nothing to me right now until I see them on the field. I don't know why. A lot of teams, they make moves, I'm like, oh, that's going to be dangerous. Oh, I'm hyped. But when the Jaguars be making moves, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to work out until I see it. I don't know why, if it's just the Jaguars, but I think just because they haven't lived up to expectations so much that I'm just done. I'm just like, nope, I don't believe in it until I see it. I like Zay Jones. They also have Zay Jones. They signed Devin Duvernay from the Ravens. He's not too crazy. I like Gabe Davis, Christian Kirk, but they should definitely get a receiver in the draft or something. That's pretty cool. Mitch Morris, Ezra Cleveland as well on their line. So the Jaguars are going in. They're actually doing stuff. But, like I said, they got to actually perform. Gabe Davis was needed, though. I probably would have got somebody else. I would have tried to get somebody else if I was the Jaguars. But there probably was not somebody else better available. So maybe they got the best available. Good on them. Tyler Boyd, I'm actually kind of surprised is not signed right now. I think he'll probably join a team late on. But Tyler Boyd was a hell of a slot receiver for a little bit. he did kind of fall off, but he's still a pretty good, like decent receiver. Like 667 yards, 2 touchdowns. He'll probably get signed after the draft when like the team missed out the receiver they want. They're like, oh, let's just throw Tyler Boyd in there. But 2,000 yard seasons and just like pretty solid. I don't know. He did kind of like a down year, of course, but I don't know. New team, new situation. I would have signed him over a couple guys, but I don't know. Maybe there's something there that I just don't know. Hopefully Tyler Boyd comes to the Broncos. Hopefully he'll be cheap. I would like to see Tyler Boyd on the Broncos. They need more receivers, especially after losing Jerry Jeudy, who actually Jerry Jeudy on the Browns got paid, which that's kind of good to see. Did he deserve it? Probably. I think all players kind of deserve to get paid. All the good ones anyway. So, like that's good to see. I think he's going to do okay there, but he didn't do anything for the Broncos, dude. He just kept getting all the hype. I drafted him in fantasy 2 years in a row, and both years he did nothing. I don't know why I kept getting so hyped for him, but very unfortunate. He's probably going to go off with the Browns. He didn't go to any better situation going to the Browns, to be honest, because like the Browns have a quarterback situation that was like that's pretty bad. Their quarterback situation won't elevate Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy has to elevate the Browns quarterback situation. So it's weird. And I don't know if Jerry could do that. I don't know if Jerry could live up to that. He has Amari Cooper on the other end of him, so that's going to be a good duo, but I don't know. He'll definitely go out there and break some ankles and probably drop the ball once he's open. So I don't know. I am rooting for Jerry as much as I give him crap. I think he's going to do good on the Browns. And it's going to make me kind of sad that he couldn't do that for the Broncos, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. But no. Thank you, King. Thank you, King. I appreciate you, King. Big ups, man. Big ups. I was going to tune into your stream, my guy, but when I woke up, I was like freaking looking, and I was like, oh, damn. It was late, and I was just way too tired to do anything. I mean, not late, early. I was just like, the time zones. I had to get ready and do everything for this. I'm going to tune into your next one. You bet I'll be there, King. I appreciate you for being here, my guy. One signing I do like that's really under the radar. Radar? Yeah, radar. I thought I said the wrong word. But yeah, I think that's pretty good is Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel is a dude that I wanted the Broncos to get if he was available. Like, he was just chilling on the Commanders, doing his thing, balling out. And the Bills saw that. The Bills saw that. The Bills needed him. And so, I'm glad he wound up there. I like him. Let's see. Kendrick Bourne, he wanted to be back on the Patriots. He was their best receiver. They needed him. I had him in fantasy too, who he didn't live up to my fantasy performance, but he's still a pretty solid receiver. I like Kendrick Bourne. I'd like him on a team. Nikel Respuck-Akine, I think he could be pretty good, maybe 4 guy. That's probably what they're going to use him as. Unless Traylon Burks flames out hard. I don't know. DJ Chark, he did not live up to expectations at all. But, I mean, that whole Panthers team was horrible. Horrible. I mean, Adam Thielen did have 1,000 yards, but they were so bad they had the first round pick and they had to give it to the Bears. So, I mean, first overall pick and give it to the Bears. That's pretty bad. Their wide receivers are bad. DJ Chark not being on a team doesn't really surprise me. I don't know where he's going to wind up if he winds up on a team. Michael Thomas not being on a team does not surprise me. Big name, could not stay healthy, has not lived up to the hype, has not performed to like himself in a while. He has this like the stigma or whatever it is of him just being a slant receiver. So I don't know. Hopefully Michael Thomas comes to the Broncos. I think that's another guy that could be a Sean Payton guy right there. You know, Michael Thomas coming over to the Broncos and out of nowhere having 1,000-yard season. I'd be so hyped. He just injured for 10 years and then comes to the Broncos and has 1,000,000-yard season out of nowhere. 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. That's probably not going to happen. Michael's probably not the same guy, but kind of like how Julio Jones at this point of the career is not the same guy. I feel like Michael Thomas is like Julio Jones. Both legends who just aren't the same, which happens to everybody. Happens to everybody with age and all that, man. It's the NFL. NFL's rough. These guys, man. That's why they get paid so much. I think it's good. I think it's good for him. Josh Reynolds, he's pretty good on the Lions, but I feel like he should still be on a roster. I feel like Josh Reynolds should be on a roster. It's kind of weird he's not. Noah Brown on the Texans, I still see him as a Cowboy. I feel like he didn't do too much for the Texans last year. They had Tank Dell and Nico Collins balling out. What did he do? What did he do? What Noah Brown do last year? Oh, he's pretty good. 567 yards, 2 touchdowns. All right, Noah Brown. I'll see you. I'll see you. Cedric Wilson is one of my favorite players too. When he threw that one touchdown on that one play with the Cowboys, I think it was, made him one of my favorite players. So I use him in Madden a lot. So it's cool to see Saints get him. He's not like crazy productive or anything. He's not gonna be like a huge freaking like game changer. Teams aren't gonna be like, oh, how are we gonna prepare for Cedric Wilson? But I mean, he's gonna get you some yards, man. Couple touchdowns here and there, bro. He'll be nice. Good fourth guy, fourth or fifth guy. I like that depth signing. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I think, would be another good fourth or fifth guy. So it's kind of weird that he's not on our roster. But I guess if you're not a good enough receiver to stay on the Chiefs roster, then I guess you're not a good enough receiver because the Chiefs need all the receivers they could get. And if they let you go, then man, that's bad. He did have a lot of balls dropped, but he had some clutch catches. He had a couple clutch catches. Dude, talking is hard. My bad if I be stuttering and it's hard to listen to, but talking live is kind of difficult. That's my bad on that. Anyway, Donovan Peoples-Jones going back to the Lions. I like that move. He was on the Browns. The Browns didn't want him. The Lions got him. I thought he was going to do a little more than he did with the Lions, but he wasn't all that crazy. He had a couple nice plays, but I like this. I like him back there. I like to see him back there. Man, I gotta like slow myself down. I think I'm just trying to talk too fast. But I don't know. Hopefully he could do something. I'd be hyped. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. Another guy using Madden. That's funny. Quez Watkins on the Eagles. Didn't do anything. Byron Pringle on the Chiefs. That's another guy. Chase Claypool. Freaking Chase Claypool. I always just think of him getting traded to the Bears for a second round pick. What a horrible trade that was. What a fleece. That guy was just a fail. What was it? A bust. Okay, Devin Duvernay to the Jaguars. Like that. Mac Hollins to the Bills. I like that too. I made a short specifically for Mac Hollins. Not like because of him. It was like underrated guys. And Mac Hollins was the one reason why I made that video. So, that's pretty good. Paris Campbell to the Eagles. He didn't do anything. He hasn't really done anything. That's a good, like, depth guy, I guess. Isaiah McKenzie, I like. I like Isaiah McKenzie. He, on the Giants, I did not know that. I think he was on the Bills last season. Former Bronco. So, I like Isaiah McKenzie. Deontay Johnson. They needed someone on the freaking Panthers. I like him and Adam Thielen. Because, I mean, a lot of people talk crap on Adam Thielen, but I kind of like Adam Thielen. He was their best receiver. He had 1,000 yards. He had, what was it, like 50 first downs for them last season? Something like that. So, I don't know. Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, you draft a guy, get somebody else, dude. That's a good 3, I think. Maybe you need 2 extra guys in there. Because Adam Thielen's probably going to only be good for, like, maybe the regular season. Because you don't want Adam Thielen as your number 1 guy. I like him, but, like, Deontay Johnson, you need a couple other extra guys up in that wide receiver room. But the Panthers need help everywhere. They need help everywhere, so, nah. Trent Sherfield's a guy that I just see get moved around to a lot of teams. Hold on, is he like a really good special teams guy? I think Trent is a good special teams guy or something. Hold on. I think he's just a special teams guy, because this guy, yeah, Cardinals, 49ers, Dolphins, Bills. Freaking, he had 30 catches for 417 yards in 2022 with the Dolphins. That's pretty good. But other than that, he's only had 210 yards, 80, 50, 86. This dude's definitely a good return guy. I always see him. Always see him. But I never, like, see him. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, he's a special teams guy. That's cool. Has to be. Braxton Berrios, he's okay. I think I already said something about him. KJ Osborne with the Patriots, kind of weird. Patriots need receivers. Kind of weird to see KJ Osborne. I like KJ Osborne. Hang on, let me see. Let me see what he has. Let me see what he's rolling with. Hold on, hold on. Okay, he wasn't horrible. He had 540 yards last year, but he's been kind of falling off. He's never had 1,000 yards. But oh, I guess he was only drafted in 2020. Wow. I thought KJ Osborne's been there for like ever. Wow. I don't know why I feel like KJ Osborne was drafted in like 2017 or something crazy. Huh, maybe you saw some upside then. That's crazy. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move on to tight ends though. I can't really think of any wide receivers right now. I think I talked about all these guys. Who did I miss? If y'all think of any wide receivers, let me know. I may have missed a couple. Huh. Let me see, let me see. The Broncos wide receiver situation is kind of weird too. They didn't sign anybody yet, but I think they will. They need to. Unless they're going to just get all their talent through the draft, which, I mean, that's cool too. Also, hell yeah, Keeg, what's up? Appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you for liking, appreciate you for sharing. You don't have to do that, man, unless you want to. Big ups. It's hella appreciated. I wish I could, like, make you more than, like, a mod or something. Be like, you're fucking, like, you're, like, the, like, channel dude or something like that. But, I don't know. I appreciate you, man. I don't have anything set up. I can't give you, like, a membership. Otherwise, I'd give you that or something. My chat's not as cool as Saguni's. I just got that normal old chat. But hell yeah, man. I really appreciate it. And also, anybody watching, check out my boy King LJ on YouTube, dude. This dude, he's grinding. He's making that content on YouTube. It's freaking good to watch. I've watched a few of his streams, just kind of like lingering, you know what I mean? But he's a cool dude. Everybody go check out his channel. I fucking love it. Ooh. Ooh. I didn't mean to curse like that, but you know, in the ad read. No, just kidding. Sorry, Key, you're not gonna be able to pay me for that ad read. I cursed during it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're not paying me, but no, but seriously though, check out my boy King. He's a freaking G. Let's move on to tight ends though. Dalton Schultz to the Texans. He's been there. I still just see him as a Cowboy, but yeah, that's an underrated signing. He helped that offense a lot, so I like to see Dalton Schultz there. He's really cool. Freaking Hunter Henry on the Patriots. I like that too. He came when they signed Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, and the Jonnu Smith signing didn't work out, but Hunter Henry did. Hunter Henry continued to ball out while he was there. So that's pretty good. Hell yeah, King. And I don't even know if I'll ever set that up. I don't know. I don't know how much I'll go live. So I don't know if I'll like set it up. Because I haven't been live in like 3 months. And so I don't know when the next time I'll be live is. Maybe during the draft. So I can see the Broncos draft. But yes, I don't even know if it's worth setting up all that. I appreciate the thought. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. Damn, 39 minutes. I've been going, and we're only on tight ends. I may have to dip out in about an hour, so I may try to start moving a little quicker, even though I've been like speaking kind of fast and fumbling words, but it's all right. Anyway, back to tight ends. Noah Fant, former Bronco, gets a re-sign with the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know why I said it like that, but it's good to see. It's kind of funny last year that we saw Drew Lock throw a sideline pass to Noah Fant, who run up the sideline for a few yards. Like, how funny it is to, or how funny is it to see that again? Like, the Broncos had that happen almost every other play. Drew Lock would throw a freaking sideline pass to Noah Fant, who would run a few yards up and not make the first down. So funny to see it happen to the Seahawks. So freaking funny. But that's the combination you get when you get Drew Lock and Noah Fant. Is behind the line passes for a 5 or 6 yard gain. But it's good to see Noah Fant get another deal. They, I think, needed a tight end. They lost Will Dissly, so I like it. Gerald Everett with the Bears. I think that's good because the Bears are making moves. Of course, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, and Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett's a solid tight end still. He's a bit up there in age. They probably could like draft a guy, develop another guy. But having Gerald there for 2 years, I think will be solid for, I think most likely Caleb Williams' development, just because Justin Fields gone. It's 100% Caleb Williams. There's no way it's not going to be Caleb Williams on the Bears. So the Bears are, I feel like, trying to actually develop Caleb Williams more than what they did with Justin, because Justin didn't have as much to work with that I feel like Caleb will. So Bears might be in a whole different situation. Kind of crazy. Colby Parkinson's pretty solid. I still think of the Rams having Tyler Higbee, but I like Colby Parkinson on the Rams. Parkinson. One thing I don't really like, which I know probably had to be done or else the Broncos wouldn't have a tight end, but Adam Troutman as the Broncos tight end. They let Chris Manhertz go, which Chris Manhertz was just a blocking tight end. I guess Adam Troutman could catch a few balls for you, but Adam Troutman is so slow. Adam Troutman will not break a tackle. Adam Troutman will not scare the defense. Adam Troutman just makes me sigh. I do not want Adam Troutman as the Broncos starting tight end. If the Broncos draft Brock Bowers with their first round pick, I'd be so happy. Did I say Brack? Brock Bowers. But if he dude, I don't want to see Adam starting tight end all year. That's all I want. He's decent, alright? He's decent. But man, I want someone else at tight end. Austin Hooper is nice for the Patriots. Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry, I think, is a good one too. I think on paper, I'd rather have Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. But Austin Hooper's, I think, was on the Browns last year and did okay. He's pretty solid. I think he's on the Falcons as well. So, I don't know. Hopefully Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry could do better than Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, though. That's all I'm saying. Charlie Warner. I don't even know who Charlie Warner is. Hold on. Let me look up Charlie Warner. Irv Smith Jr. to the Chiefs. I thought Irv Smith, did more in his career. I think he's probably more of a blocking guy. But I think Irv Smith could be an underrated guy. They, of course, have Travis Kelce, so Irv probably won't do much, but 1 year, 1.3 million deal for Irv Smith Jr. I think is pretty solid. I like Irv Smith. He just doesn't have the stats at all. Hold on, I'm still trying to look up Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner. My man that I did not know from down under. I came from a land down under. Y'all know that song? Such a good song, actually. That plays on the radio all the time. He's like, I looked at him, and he said, I came from a land down under. That's such a good song. But alright, I'm getting carried away. This guy only had 3 catches for 32 yards last year. I think he has to be a blocking guy. Charlie Warner, he has to be a blocking tight end. 100%. 3 catches for 23 years. 23 years? Oh my god. What am I saying? 3 catches for 32 yards. Blocking guy for sure. Maybe that's a hell of a signing for him. But yeah, Logan Thomas getting cut by the Commanders and nobody picking him up. That's kind of wild. I think that's kind of wild. I thought he'd be like signed somewhere. I was like, maybe even a third string. Maybe he'll get signed up mid-season. Maybe there's something I'm missing with him too. I appreciate you, King. Thanks for the bod. Woo! No, I start like celebrating out hard. But no, I am celebrating out hard. I just meant like screaming. I'm gonna try to tune into everybody's streams, dude. I just be sleeping way too much. I've been missing a lot of like Saguni streams because I be sleeping. And then like the time zones. I just gotta not sleep. Let's see. Any more tight ends out there? David Njoku on the Browns. I really like him. I really like him a lot. He freaking balled out last year. So with the Browns having Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and David Njoku on that offense, and Nick Chubb, if Nick Chubb could stay healthy, dude. If only the Browns had a quarterback. Oh, that's a crazy freaking offense. I mean, they technically, I guess, do have a quarterback, but they suck. Damn, 1 a.m. for you? Damn. That's crazy. Let's see what's it. It's 8:50 a.m. right here. Where I'm at. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's 12 a.m. in Japan right now. And I only know that because my friend's in Japan right now. Alright, stay hydrated, folks. I gotta take another drink break before I move on to offensive tackle. Offensive tackle, my guy. Which, the big fish, of course, is Tyrone Smith going to the Jets. Giving freaking Vice President Aaron Rodgers another big man up front. Which, the Jets have been doing good on their line. Hold on, I'll talk about it after I get this sip in. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on. Alright. That was the best damn punch I've had in a while. Green punch, recommend hard. Alright, where was I? Tyrone Smith? Yeah, big man, big dude. Jets have been doing pretty good. They got to keep Aaron Rodgers upright, though, man. I think they got, what, Josh Simpson and a couple other guys? But, dude, if they don't keep Aaron Rodgers healthy, if that line does not live up to hype, I'm going to be so sad, man. Especially, Tyrone Smith also has injury problems. And they're playing on the Jets' turf. Jets' turf is known for injuring people. So, all these freaking guys have just got to stay healthy, and the Jets are putting in work. They're doing really good. But, man, I have a lot of, like, hype for the Jets. You know what I mean? I want them to do good. I want Aaron Rodgers to do good. But I'm really scared of how they're, like, putting stuff together and what they're doing. I like what they're doing. But it's scary. Tyrone Smith, if he stays healthy, he could keep Rodgers up. They can all keep Rodgers up. Trent Brown to the Bengals is pretty good. Him and Orlando Brown Jr. being on the freaking same team, I think that's a hell of a line. Bengals are actually trying to, like, do something good. They got Joe Burrow coming back. They got to keep him healthy as this year as well. So, that's nice. It's good to see a lot of teams invest in their O-line because I feel like that's all you need to do is invest solely into O-line. And then once you're like there, do everything else. Like the Lions. With the Lions getting Penei Sewell and all that. Graham Glasgow. Cam Fleming, former Bronco. Not found a team yet. He's been on a couple teams, I think. Donovan Smith, former freaking, Chief, didn't really work out. Mekhi Becton, didn't really work out for the Jets. Poor guys. Andres Pete, was he an Eagle? Oh, I don't know. I don't really know all these linemen. I'm gonna be frank with y'all here. Josh Neiman, is it Neiman or Neiman? I don't know which one. He was pretty solid. I think he's a kind of a backup guy with the Packers. So cool to see him on the Panthers. Jonah Williams, I think, wasn't he on the Bengals? I think he was pretty solid on the Bengals. So that's a pretty solid signing. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, okay. All right, not bad. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna be honest though. I don't really know all that much about linemen. All the teams need to invest in their line though. Good to see. I know Tyron Smith. I know Trent Brown. I know Mekhi Becton just because he has a big name. Donovan Smith because he's a Chief. Cam Fleming because he's a Bronco. George Fant. I thought he was already on the Seahawks. Weird. But anyway, yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna move on to centers. The only two centers I know about centers, or two, well, hold on. Only two things I know about the centers is that Connor Williams would be on a team right now if he didn't tear his ACL, and he would be a pretty big upgrade for a lot of guys. And Lloyd Cushenberry signing with the Chiefs, I think is a pretty damn good signing. He had his best year last year, so it kind of sucks to see him go for the Broncos, but I think he could be a pretty decent signing with the Chiefs. Tyler Badias, I can't remember. I know that name. Where was he at? Where are you at? Hold on. Ah, he was on the Cowboys. Maybe I don't know, but him going to the Commanders, rival. So, damn. Get on that. I'm gonna go ahead and move on though. Sorry about not knowing much of the lineman stuff. If y'all know, let me know. It's Sunday for you already? Holy shit. That's crazy. Saturday just started and it's already Sunday for you. That's cool. That's crazy. All right, anyway, Kevin Dotson. I know Kevin Dotson, former Steeler. He really didn't do all that much with the Steelers. Got paid by the Rams, doing pretty darn good for them. That's good to see. Panthers investing in their line, like I'm saying, they're actually doing pretty good. That's what they need to do. They got Robert Hunt from the Dolphins, which I know Robert Hunt. He's one of the top guards in the league, so that's a big loss for the Dolphins. Good job for the Panthers getting him in there. Freaking Dalton Risner. No, people call him Risner for some reason, but Dalton Risner, former Bronco, pretty much known for carrying Philip Lindsay into the end zone. No longer on a team. I think the Vikings signed him, so Broncos didn't want him, Vikings didn't want him. He's here. Ezra Cleveland, Vikings, I guess, didn't want him either, maybe. Jaguars probably gave him a better deal. He'll probably be good with the Jags. I kind of talked about him already. Graham Glasgow, I like Graham Glasgow. I wanted the Broncos to have Graham Glasgow. Isaiah Wynn, I feel like he was on the Patriots, and he didn't live up to all that well. John Simpson with the Jets, like I said, they got to keep up Aaron. Yeah. Interior defensive lineman. Here we go. Now it starts to get into uh crazy territory. Now these are the guys that these freaking linemen have to block, alright? Now this is when it gets interesting. I know we all had to mosey on through the linemen, the freaking big old guys in the trenches who win the games, but here we are onto the shiny pieces that you like add on to your car. You know what I mean? No, I don't know. I'm trying to make a reference that might not just work. It might not work out. Anyway. Oh wow, my dog's barking. One big signing though, Chris Jones. I really don't like the signing. I mean, I do like the signing as a football fan, but I don't like the signing as a Broncos fan because Chris Jones is going to be sacking the Broncos quarterback for 5 years, man. Damn it. Dang it. Like, he's such a beast. The Chiefs did just lose to Jarius Sneed, so that's pretty good. Maybe teams will be able to get the ball out a little bit better against them, so Chris Jones won't be as much as a factor. But I don't know. They'll probably still have a hell of a pass rush. They got Chris Jones. They got who's the other guy they got opposite of him? George Karlaftis. They got Chris Jones and George Karlaftis, man. They lost Frank Clark, but Frank Clark didn't do anything last year at the Broncos. I think he went back to the Seahawks and didn't do anything there either. So Good on the Chiefs for getting rid of Frank Clark and keeping Chris Jones. Because what if they would have let Chris Jones go and kept Frank Clark? That would have been so wild. Justin Madubuike originally got the franchise tag, but then he got the bag. I didn't realize he was only 26. I thought he was a little older. So, it's good. I think he had 16 and a half sacks last year, so it's smart for the Ravens to pay him. They need a good pass rusher, and with him being 26, give him a good 4-year deal. Keep him around, man. Hopefully he could just live up to that again. Even just 10 sacks. I'd be happy with. Leonard Williams with the Seahawks. I like Leonard Williams. He's been a good player that I like for a while. That may have sounded a little weird, but I like Leonard Williams. DJ Reader on the Lions. I think he's going to freaking tear it up, man. This dude's a pretty freaking big beast. Why do I keep calling people like big beasts? I want to say good player. Pretty good player, but then I want to say beast. So, he's a big name player, I guess. But, hold on. Let me get his stats. Hold on. Yeah, man, he only had 1 sack last year. Holy crap, I thought he did more. But I like DJ Reader, man. I think he's just going to be really good. He's a defensive tackle, so with him getting nice like tackles, he's probably a good run stopper, dude. I really like DJ Reader a lot, man. He's your guy. Him, Aiden Hutchinson, dude, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Sheldon Rankins, I feel like, just bounces around. Tahir Tart, I saw on a list that he's actually one of the best free agents available, but he was hurt or something, or he got released by the Titans. So, I don't know why he's one of the best free agents available on that list. Kind of weird. Fletcher Cox retired. Very, very sad. I made a video about that. Very sad. One of my favorite players for sure. I think he's in 2 of my videos. He's in my favorite players video, and he's in my players retired video. So sad. Maurice Hurst, he was with the Raiders, and he balled out with the Raiders, but I don't think he's been the same since. With the Browns, I don't think he's going to do much. Javon Kinlaw, he was kind of a bit of a bust for the 49ers up until last year. He had a nice season. Able to get himself a prove-it year with the Jets. I think that could be pretty solid for them. I think it'd be pretty solid. Shelby Harris with the Browns, I think it's kind of wild. Broncos traded him to the Seahawks in the Russell Wilson trade. And I thought he was going to do more for the Seahawks, but he's wound up on the Browns. He likes to bat balls out of the air, but I don't hear much about him. Bilal Nichols, former Raider on the Cardinals for 3 years. That's kind of cool. He's decent. He's okay. Raekwon Davis, I think he's a former Dolphin going to the Colts. That's kind of cool. Poona Ford. Oh, man, Poona Ford. I haven't heard of Poona Ford in a while. Solomon Thomas, kind of bust for the 49ers. He's okay. I don't know if he's going to do anything. He's on a prove-it year, I guess, too, but this might be his last year with the Jets, I think. Eric Armstead with the Jaguars, I really like a lot. 3 years, $51 million. Eric getting cut by the 49ers was unexpected. Came out of like left field completely. But the Jaguars took advantage of that. They're like, Eric's available? Oh, dude, sign him. Which I would too. I would too. A lot of these guys are really good. A lot of these guys I think are going to contribute to their new teams. I think they're going to be putting in hella work. And they're just going to be entertaining, a lot of them. Chris Jones, he'll probably be entertaining out there, even though he's going to go out there and sack the Broncos quarterback. Christian Wilkins on the Raiders, same scenario. Same freaking scenario. He's going to be entertaining. Him and Max Crosby are going to be sacking the Broncos quarterback, but I'm sure they're going to be entertaining besides when they do that. Anyway, a lot of good freaking homes for these guys. I wish them all well. Hopefully, Broncos will have a plan for their guys, but I don't know if they will. Good luck, all these guys. Edge defenders, though. We got the edge defenders. More freaking big boys. No, I don't know. All these guys are freaking huge, so. Anyway, Josh Allen on the defense, not the quarterback, the edge rusher. He hasn't got a deal yet. He's still been franchise tagged. But he'll probably end up getting a deal eventually. He's a bit of a beast. I like him. Brian Burns to the Giants. The Giants needed a guy on defense, like a face of the defense, and I think Brian Burns definitely becomes that immediately. And he is just a beast. I freaking love the trade, but the Giants don't really have a quarterback, and they don't really have much else. So it's not when you get a game-changing edge defender, it doesn't help you win a championship as much as when you get a game-changing quarterback. Like I know the Broncos won Super Bowl 50 with Von Miller, but they had Peyton Manning at quarterback. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Brian Burns and Daniel Jones at quarterback. It's just not happening. I don't see it at all. There's just no way. One thing I can see though is winning a Super Bowl with Daniil Hunter and CJ Stroud at quarterback. That is a hell of a combination. Daniil Hunter on the Texans, dude. Dude, I think he had like 16 and a half sacks as well. I may be getting stats kind of mixed up, but Daniil Hunter had one of his best years last year. He was finally able to stay healthy. He's pretty much known as being an unhealthy guy, getting injured here and there. But dude, man, I'm so excited to see him on the Texans. They got Will Anderson, they got Daniil Hunter, they got freaking all them guys on defense. They're just about to have another good draft, hopefully. And the Texans are just going to run it back, dude. They're going to run it back. They're going to be the team that beats the Chiefs in the playoffs. And it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Bryce Huff on the Eagles, I think, is nice. Eagles needed a few more pieces, especially with Fletcher Cox leaving. You need people on that line. Hopefully Jalen Carter could take a next step, you know what I mean? But Bryce Huff is definitely a nice piece to have. And Brandon Graham, of course. You got Brandon Graham, Bryce Huff, Jalen Carter. That's a pretty good three. I like that. Bryce just may have to develop a little bit more throughout these 3 years. That could be a little bit of an overpay, which I've heard some people say, but I don't know. I don't think money means much if you get a guy who performs. You know what I mean? They could always outperform their contract. Unless you're Russell Wilson, who underperformed his contract hard. No, a lot of people underperform. But a lot of people overperform. You never know. I'm rooting for Bryce Huff. I like him as a player. One person, though, I don't really think I like all that much, to be honest. Chase Young, dude. Chase Young had so much hype. He was going crazy. And he ended up getting traded by the Commanders for less than what Montez Sweat got. And it turns out Montez Sweat is the better player. Who would have thought? I think we all considered Chase Young better than Montez Sweat for a little while. But then, no. Montez Sweat's definitely the player because Chase Young tends to just give up throughout the game, half-ass his performance, and just doesn't do much. He has times where he can, go out there and, make a play or two here and there, but then he just quits. So, if you go to the 49ers on a championship run season and give up, how pathetic. How pathetic. I thought Chase Young was going to help the 49ers, but nope, he did not. I may be a little bitter about that. But dude, come on, Chase. Signing with the Saints, I like the Saints, so he may have robbed the Saints. Unless he starts to care and do more. Sorry, Chase. He's a bit of a bust. He was also a freaking second overall pick. Feels bad for the guy. Jonathan Greenard, I can't really say his last name. He was on the Texans. It sucks that Texans lost him. He was kind of like their guy. But I like him on the Vikings. Vikings have been getting a lot of guys. They got freaking Andrew Van Ginkel as well. And a few other guys. So they got guys to replace Daniil Hunter. They just what's it called? Traded guys, pretty much. Like Daniil Hunter going to the Texans and Jonathan Greenard going to the Vikings. They just switched teams. Kind of funny. But I think Daniil Hunter is going to be better on the Texans than Jonathan is going to be on the Vikings. So, yeah. Jadeveon Clowney, I feel like I could see him just going back to the Ravens after free agency period. Because he definitely had his best season last year with the Ravens. So I think it'd be kind of cool for the Ravens to re-sign him on maybe a cheap deal if they could get him. But it makes sense he's not on a team. He's been living off his college performance forever. So yeah. Zadarius Smith re-signed to the Browns. Former Packer. So former Raven too which he was going to go to the Ravens, backed out, went to the Browns. I still wish he would have went to the Ravens because I feel like with the Browns, he's kind of forgotten about. Which, I mean, I guess he's been decent enough to get a 2-year deal, but forget about the guy. I forgot about the guy. Josh Uche with the Patriots, he hasn't lived up to what I thought he'd be, but yeah, he's okay. Andrew Van Ginkel, yeah, great name on the Vikings. Leonard Floyd, I really like Leonard Floyd. I still see him as a Ram. Pretty sure he is a Ram. But I like that signing for the 49ers. That's a guy you want to bring in. I don't think he's going to give up halfway through the season like Chase. I still may be bitter about that. If only Leonard was there with Eric Armstead still there. But I don't know. The 49ers know how to get guys on that defense, so they should be okay. Danico Autry on the Texans, I actually also really like. So the Texans got Daniil Hunter, Danico Autry, excuse me, and freaking Will Anderson on that defense. What a freaking line right there. With just them 3 guys alone, what a line. I'm going to take another quick drink break. All right. Sorry about that. Stay hydrated. Talking for a freaking hour, man. I don't know how people do it. It is a lot. Anyway, Dorrance Armstrong, he's pretty solid on the Cowboys. Going to the Commanders, another rival signing. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid signing. I actually think he's gonna do okay on the Commanders. The Cowboys haven't done anything. I haven't talked about the Cowboys at all yet because they haven't done anything at all. They let Tyron Smith go. They let Dorrance Armstrong go. They re-signed their long snapper. They re-signed like a couple of guys I can't think of right now, but the Cowboys have disappointed me hard. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, and they've disappointed me. Calais Campbell would be signed on a team right now if it was back in 2010. Dude's like 38 years old. I wish he was still on a team. I'd take him on the Broncos. Brandon Graham, I really like on the I really like on the Eagles as well. Because I think he's been there like 13 years, something like that. 13 seasons, I mean. Freaking, dude. It's kind of cool that they're able to bring back Brandon. I think they're like, no, we can't lose Jason, Brandon, and Fletcher all in the same offseason. That'd hurt too much. All 3 of them guys? That'd be way too much. So, you got to keep at least one guy. Brandon's the guy, so that's cool. AJ Epineza with the Bills, I think he was supposed to, have more hype. I thought he was going to do a little bit more. But I still like him. The Bills need to keep guys around, so. They have Gregory Rousseau as well, so. Keeping a guy who knows the system and AJ and Greg on that same defense, Gregory, that's pretty good. Speaking of Gregory, as well, Randy Gregory, I don't know if he's still on the 49ers. He was not good for the Broncos. But, man, if he stays on the 49ers, they need to probably replace him. Unless he's gone already. Anyway, alright. I don't know why. Derek Barnett. I like Derek Barnett. He's pretty solid. I think he was on the Eagles' Super Bowl winning roster, so he knows what the winning culture's like, so that's good. Bit of a bust for them, I'd have to say, but I don't know. Maybe it could be a good rotation for the Texans. Marcus Davenport on the Lions. I don't know how much he'll do. He hasn't done all that much with the Saints in his career, but I don't know. The Lions' big splash signing was DJ Reader, so Marcus doesn't really matter all that much. Kind of just throw people in there. Bud Dupree, former Titan, I think, and Steeler or something like that. I thought Bud Dupree was a little bit better than he was. Kind of surprising he's not on a team. Yannick Ngakoue, he's been passed around the NFL, traded here and there. He'll probably wind up on a roster halfway throughout the season. Cleveland Farrell, also on the 49ers. Bro, all these pass rushers that were on the 49ers that didn't work out, it's like, How do you expect to work out on another team, man? The 49ers are supposed to be the best freaking pass rush developers. It's crazy. Crazy. But Cleveland Farrell was a bust with the Raiders. He got drafted way too high anyway. Romeo Okwara was actually pretty solid for the Lions, but I think this dude retired. I think Romeo's walking away from football for right now, so that sucks. He had a few injuries. Dante Fowler. Huh. I think he was on the Falcons. I want to say Dante Fowler got traded around as Yannick did, but I don't think he did. Commanders are making a lot of moves. Or I guess they made a lot of moves. I'm excited to see what they do in the draft, to be honest. All these teams I'm excited for to see in the draft. Emmanuel Ogbah not being on a team is also kind of weird. He was probably a guy who's going to get signed after the draft as well. But he's still pretty solid. Yetur Gross-Matos, that's probably a hell of a signing for the 49ers. That's underrated. Like I said, the 49ers know how to get defensive guys. Former Panther, Yetur Gross-Matos, I think will be a hell of a signing. That might be a pretty decent loss for the Panthers. Jerry Hughes, bust, I think, by the Chargers. Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy was on the Patriots, Dolphins, I think Ravens. He might re-sign with the Ravens, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Kind of wild he's not on a team. He's a little older now. But yeah. I think that might be all the raw rushers. I was about to say Carl Lawson and rushers at the same time, and I said raw. But yeah, no, that might be all the pass rushers at this moment. Moving on to linebackers. We still got a lot. Hold on. Oh, this is just going through teams. Okay, that's okay. It's alright. It's alright. I probably should have scrolled down more through this website before I started the stream, because it might have been good to like go team by team and see each team's moves. I don't know if I'll do that. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably do that. Because we're almost at the end here. Because, yeah. And I was going to leave my house at like another hour. So I got another hour to stream at least till I got to dip out. Which I don't think this is going to be another hour. So, anyway, this is also going to be my last free agency video. So I got to get all this free agency wrapped up in this one stream. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to be making another short or anything. A lot of linebackers went to good teams. A lot of good linebackers went to new teams as well, is what I meant to say. Patrick Queen, such as Patrick Queen, is what I meant to say. See, this is why it's easier to write stuff down than to just go off the brain on live. So difficult. Anyway. This guy, Patrick Queen, as long as he could perform and do what he did last year, he's going to be a hell of a signing for the Steelers, because this dude, he was a beast last year. Is it because he was next to Roquan Smith? I don't know. Is it because he was on the Ravens defense? I don't know. I think Steelers have a good defense for sure, but Patrick is going to have to do a lot more for the Steelers defense than he had to do for the Ravens defense. That's just how I feel. That's just a little bit how I feel. But, I don't know. I'm rooting for Patrick. I wish he would have stayed on the Ravens, though. I really like the duo of Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. Because now with Patrick being on the Steelers, what's that duo? They don't have a duo, so it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Frankie Louvu, another former Panther. Panthers lost like Yetur Gross-Matos, Frankie Louvu, Jeremy Chin. I feel like those are three pieces you don't really want to lose. If I was the Panthers, I know they had a pretty bad team, but I like those three guys. Why would you want to lose those guys? Jeremy Chin may have fell off just a little bit. He might be a bigger name than player at this point, but I think he's still solid. I like all them guys. Levante David, I'm glad he's not retiring yet. It's good the Buccaneers to bring him back. They need linebackers after losing Shaq Barrett, which I think Shaq Barrett's a hell of a signing for the Dolphins, by the way. Freaking love Shaq Barrett, man. I wish he stayed on the Broncos, but it's alright. Good on the Buccaneers to keep Levante around, though. Jordan Brooks going to the Dolphins. That's a really good one, too, because you got Shaq Barrett and Jordan Brooks on the Dolphins. Really nice. Really, really nice. Bobby Wagner to the Commanders. I never would have thought I'd see Bobby Wagner on the Commanders. I never thought I'd see him on the Rams. But the Commanders? How weird. He's still freaking, he's up there in age, but he's still a pretty freaking good player, dude. He's a baller. Jerome Baker on the Seahawks? That's kind of weird. I don't see Jerome Baker as a Seahawks player at all. I still just see him as a Dolphin, but he is on a prove-it year. Maybe he could do something. He's been okay. I don't know. Devin White, I see a lot where he can't cover, so maybe he'll do okay with the Eagles. Buccaneers did lose a lot of their linebacking core and like defensive guys. At least they kept Antoine Winfield though. Panthers did do something right on their defense by bringing in Josie Jewell. This guy was having like a pretty decent year. I think he ended up getting hurt last year. Was it last year or the year before? But I don't know. Josie Jewell is not like a game changer, not anything like insane. But he's going to freaking get you like a lot of tackles. He'll wrap up, man. He's a good over 100 tackler guy. Get you a couple sacks. I think he also lit up Derrick Henry on an iconic play. So look up that play. Josie Jewell hitting Derrick Henry. Bro just lit him up. He'll tackle the freaking guys. He's not scared. I think that's a hell of a signing. Underrated. If he could stay healthy. I really like him as a Broncos fan, but I think it was time to move on for sure. Especially because we got Alex Singleton. Got a couple other guys. They brought back Justin Stranad. Everything like that. So, I think we're good. I think Broncos are okay with Josie Jewell being on the Panthers. I wish him luck. Blake Cashman. I feel like he's been a bit of a bust, but still gets signed, which is kind of weird. He's a good tackler too. But it's a little odd. Drew Tranquil with the Chiefs is really nice. They let Willie Gay go because Drew Tranquil played so well. Which, big loss for the Chargers. I bet they want that one back. Even though I guess the Chargers have Khalil Mack, so I don't know. They probably don't care. Willie Gay on the Saints, I think he'll be pretty good. He always did well against the Broncos. Jordan Hicks, I like as a player. I think that's a pretty solid signing for the Browns. Zach Cunningham, former Texan, not on a roster. Crazy. And then Shaq Leonard, who was a huge beast for the freaking Colts for a while. It was Darius Leonard. Now he goes by Shaquille Leonard. Shaq Leonard, my freaking guy, dude. I really like this guy. But he fell off out of nowhere. Him and T.Y. Hilton. Y'all remember T.Y. Hilton? Both them guys just fell off, it felt like, out of nowhere. Denzel Perryman on the Chargers. Was he on the Texans? I feel like he was on the Texans. Hell yeah. And then Isaiah Simmons with the Cardinals. I thought Isaiah Simmons was going to be freaking way better with the Cardinals, but nah, he did not perform up to expectations. But I think that's kind of like the Cardinals didn't know how to use Isaiah. I don't know if anybody knows how to use Isaiah because he doesn't really have a true position. So I don't know. I also like Sione Takitaki to the Patriots. I'm glad Sione Takitaki is still getting contracts because I would love to say Sione Takitaki as much as possible. Good to see. Good to hear. I don't think I'm going to go over each team's signings. Maybe. Well, maybe. I just think, well, yeah, I might briefly. I'll probably briefly go over each team's signings and then call it there. But we're on the cornerback, and we got safety, and then I think we're done with this list here. Which, there's not really too much about the cornerbacks. But Jalen Johnson getting that 4-year deal, the Bears needed that. They needed to keep him around. If they lost him, that'd be a huge blow to that defense. So, they needed to do that. L'Jarius Sneed getting franchise tagged by the Chiefs and then just traded to the Titans. Kind of wild. The Titans got Chidobe Awuzie and L'Jarius Sneed now, so that could be a pretty good duo at corner. Kendall Fuller's been on the Commanders, just putting in work. So it's cool that the Dolphins realized that. So they're going to have Jalen Ramsey and Kendall Fuller after releasing Xavier Howard. Which is crazy that Xavier Howard has not even made it to a team yet. I think Xavier Howard is going to be on a roster after the draft anyway, though. So he won't have to wait too long. Stephon Gilmore, I don't think is going to make a roster unless a team gets injured. But he had his run. He was the best cornerback in the league for like a season or two, so he's pretty solid. Steven Nelson, he's up there in age. He was considered one of the best free agents on the same list I read. But I think he's like a 30-year-old corner. The league's not going to value him that much. But I think he can still ball out for you. Kitty Moore's a underrated signing for the Colts. I think he's a good corner. He could put in work. Adoree Jackson was also considered one of the better free agents available, but he didn't do much with the Giants. But with that, I saw a thing saying that the Giants never put Adoree Jackson in a spot to succeed. So it could be on the Giants. It could be on Adoree. I'm not sure. I'd sign Adoree Jackson to like a fourth corner if I had the opportunity. You know what I mean? Emmanuel Mosley didn't really work out with the 49ers. Prove it deal with the Lions. Hopefully he could do something. Ronald Darby, I really liked on the Ravens. I kind of wish the Ravens didn't let Ronald Darby go. I wish the Broncos didn't let Ronald Darby go. But I think Ronald Darby's a really underrated signing for the Jaguars, so that'll be good. Jordan Lewis for the Dallas Cowboys. They actually re-signed a player. They did something in free agency, which I think that's a pretty solid corner to re-sign. Jeff Okudah is getting a prove-it year with the Texans, which I think that's a good spot for him. Good spot to see what you got, you know what I mean? Rock Ya-Sin not being on a roster is not surprising at all, because I saw Rock Ya-Sin get burned over and over and over in the Colts game that I watched. So if he continued to just get burnt, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Trey Herndon, I saw that. He's been not on a season for like 2 seasons now. I think he was. Oh nope, I'm thinking of Trey Boston. I think I'm thinking of Trey Boston, the former Panthers safety that said he wants to be on a roster. Is that Trey Boston or Trey Herndon? I think I'm Trey Boston. Huh. Anyway, I think that's pretty much the corners. Anyway, Deontay Jackson. Trade to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe he'll do something. But yeah, that's pretty much the corners. Go ahead and go on the safety position. The Buccaneers, tagging Antoine Winfield. Pretty nice. I feel like they might reach a deal with him. Not too sure. Did they tag him last season? I feel like they might have. Kyle Duggar, though, by the Patriots. He needed to stay on the Patriots. I feel like this dude's underrated. But I feel like they don't really trust him yet. I feel like they would have gave him a deal. But they're like, no, we got to see if he could do it again next year. Then he'll get a deal. But I don't know. I like Kyle Duggar. And then Cameron Crowe, I feel like this dude came out of nowhere. I didn't really know who Cameron Crowe was. But he started to ball out. I think he's on the Commanders. That's probably why. Xavier McKinney, he's the guy the Packers wanted. Packers fans wanted a safety, and Packers needed a safety, so Xavier McKinney was just the guy. He was one of the youngest guys, probably one of the best. Sad for the Giants to let this guy go, to be honest, but very good for the Packers because, I think he's going to help a lot. He's going to definitely help a lot on that defense. Also, Joe Barry's gone, so Xavier McKinney coming in, Joe Barry going out. Get that draft. Packers defense could be scary. They also have a bunch of other few pieces. Kenny, why can't I think of the dude's last name? I can't think of Packers players, dude. I know Jair Alexander's. Hold on. Kenny freaking Clark. Why can't I think of Kenny Clark? Man. Anyway, I'm excited to see that defense next year. They have a young freaking team. So, and bringing in Xavier, one of the youngest safeties available in free agency, that just makes it younger. That's pretty wild. Geno Stone signing with the Bengals, I think it's a hell of a signing. I wish he would have stayed on the Ravens, but the Bengals needed a safety, And Geno Stone is definitely a nice safety to bring in. Julian Blackman and Tashawn Gibson. I'm surprised both of these guys are not on a roster. Julian, I think I'm actually less surprised that he's not on a roster. But Tashawn, I think he played pretty well with the 49ers. That I thought he'd be maybe like a third guy, second, third guy. You know what I mean? Julian, he was okay. Let me look up Julian. Let me look up Julian. I may be tripping about Julian. Huh. I mean, he did have 4 picks last year, so last season. Yeah, throughout his 4 year span, I mean, he's nothing special. So I guess I see why he's not on a roster, but yeah. And then Micah Hyde, he's not on a roster because of his age, so makes sense why he's not. Damn. One person that I don't see why that they're not on a roster that's not on here is Justin Simmons. My man Justin Simmons should be on a roster. He is a 30-year-old safety, and like I said, safeties up there in age are not going to get high value in this year's free agency. Probably anymore at all. Safeties don't get much value anymore. Probably like haven't for a while. But Justin Simmons should be on a team right now. There's no way. There's no way that he's still a free agent. He's probably going to get signed after free agency, but damn. I'm very upset that Justin Simmons is not signed by someone. Hopefully he goes somewhere cool. He better like go to a playoff team. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out. Hold on, hold up. Whoops. Alright. Intermission. That's funny. Alright. Sorry about that. Anyway. That's what happens when you live. Dogs be wanting out. Where was I at? What was I saying? Okay, I don't know what I was saying. Sorry about that. But Darnell Savage, former Packer. Him with the Jaguars, I think he has to prove himself. Getting a 3-year deal, I think, might be a little crazy. Like, he's solid, but the the Packers definitely needed a safety, and they were willing to get rid of Darnell Savage. So, I don't know how big of an upgrade he's going to be for the Jaguars to give him a 3-year deal. I think it's kind of wild. I like the Brandon Jones signing for Denver. I feel like we didn't have any safeties. Like, we have Caden Stearns, PJ Locke, but you don't know if Caden Stearns is going to be able to be healthy. Which, if he is healthy, Caden Stearns is going to be a beast. But I like to see that they actually signed a safety like Brandon Jones, because other than that, we literally had no safeties. And PJ Locke. Like I said, those two guys I like. All the other safeties we got didn't work out. And then they cut Kareem Jackson due to his suspensions and hitting. Of course, Justin Simmons. And then the guy they drafted didn't work out at all. LJ Skinner, JL Skinner, I don't think he's worked out. And then they drafted another guy. Oh, yeah, hopefully Caden Stearns stays healthy. Drafted another safety I can't think of. But yeah, anyway. CJ Gardner-Johnson, I've been hearing a lot about that being a bad deal, that he's more talk than he is play. But I really like that signing. I think you need a guy like CJ on that defense, especially for the Eagles. I feel like CJ should have never left. I mean, I liked him on the Lions. He went to a good spot, but he probably should have never left the Eagles. Let's see. Taylor Rapp with the Bills. I think he's pretty good. They needed a safety. He's younger than both Jordan and Micah Hyde, so I think you needed somebody. You needed a safety. And younger, cheaper. So, not a bad signing. Jalen Mills going from he was on the Eagles and then Patriots, now Giants. Not bad. Eddie Jackson was one of the first safeties to get cut in free agency. And he has not found a home yet. Which, I'm not surprised. This dude's play has fallen off. He's pretty up there in age. John Johnson. He was on the Browns, I think, last. Didn't work out. Tracy Walker. Excuse me. Tracy Walker on the Lions, bro. Didn't work out. He used to ball out. I remember making a video, the Lions breakdown. And I just remember talking about Tracy Walker in that video. Sucks to not see him on a team. And then Terrell Edmonds, dude. I think he was on the, what is it, Steelers? Not on a roster anymore. It's cool that Jordan Poyer went to the Dolphins. I wish freaking Dolphins would sign Micah Hyde so Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde could be on the same defense again. It'd be awesome. I don't care about the age. And I went to Sean Gibson to get signed. Maybe the Broncos will sign him. Probably not. They probably need to be bad this year. So Broncos shouldn't sign anybody. Jerron Curse, I feel like is decent. I think he was on the Cowboys. Not on a roster anymore. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that's happened in free agency. There's like the team's rosters. Cardinals went freaking a lot of defense. Cardinals went defense. I think my favorite signing by the Cardinals or get, I don't really like any of these. No, I'm just kidding. I like that they try to get their lineup, I guess. But Cardinals didn't fascinate me that much. Falcons, I like Kirk Cousins. Doesn't show it on here. I guess I'm not going to go through these. They don't really show everything. Yeah, I'm not going to go through these. Because it just shows all that. But yeah, well, I think that's all then. This free agency period has been a trip. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff probably, I was going to say will happen maybe after the draft. But we're all pretty much just waiting until the draft now. And just hopefully it's crazy. Hopefully all of our teams get the players we want. Hopefully they all get better and nobody drafts a bust. But it is going to be crazy to see who all becomes bust. And with this free agency period, it's going to be crazy to see who all works out and who all doesn't work out. Who will make their teams better, who makes their teams worse, who becomes a champion, and who becomes a liability. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is definitely going to become a liability. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just talking crap. But no, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for clicking on this video, for tuning in, for saying what's up. Shouts out my boy King LJ. I appreciate you for tuning in. Go check him out. Really good dude. I appreciate all y'all. This is my first stream in like 3 months. It might not have been the best, but I'm only going to be getting better. I'm probably going to try to be streaming more since I know my computer could handle it, but I just got to find better topics to stream on. Free agency's already been talked about to death. So next stream might be about the draft, maybe. Might be something else. Not too sure. I also got to get a better background and a face cam. That'll all happen eventually. So stay tuned for all that. And stay tuned for just regular old videos, regular old shorts, anything football content, football related. I'm going to be here for it. I'm going to be posting it. I'll be around for all that. Any news, anything football, like I said. I'm there. So subscribe. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If y'all want to be there too, subscribe. But I ain't going to force you. That's only if you want. I ain't your dad. I don't care. As long as you have a good ass day and enjoy your time. I appreciate all y'all once again for tuning in. Have a good one. Peace out.